We are on Challah, Perek Gimel, Mishnah Tet. In our last Mishnah, we talked about what happens if you take undesignated or un-challah taken off dough and you mix it with dough that already had challah taken off. And we learned that you had to try to bring flour from somewhere else. If not, you had to take off challah from the whole piece. Okay, so our Mishnah is a continuation of that Mishnah. And the Mishnah says the following. Similarly, Zaytei masik shenit arvu im zaytei nikuf. Zaytei masik are zaytim that are collected. The harvesting of hasaka is the word for harvesting of zaytim. So if you have harvested, meaning that they're chayav in trumot and masrot, and they got mixed with zaytei nikuf. Zaytei nikuf are zaytim she'aniyim milaktim. Okay, these are zaytim olives that the aniyim, the poor, collect. Okay, and there's a pasuk, nokef zayi shnaim shosha gagim. I can nokef, nikuf lenakef, I think means to bang, I think. Maybe I might be wrong. Meaning the aniyim, they would work hard in order to get their zaytim. But they're patur, they're matnot aniyim. So you have zaytim that are exempt, and they're mixed with zaytim that are chayav in trumot and masrot. Or, invei batzir. Batzir is the word for the harvesting of grapes. Grapes that were harvested, imin ve ololot. Ololot are part of the matnot aniyim. They're grapes that you leave for the aniyim to collect in their patur. So what do you do? So I have a bunch of grapes that were paturim, and now they got mixed in with a few grapes that are chayav in trumot and masrot. So the Mishnah says similarly, as to be said in the previous Mishnah. If I have other grapes that I can then put adjacent to these grapes. I know how much I put in. I put it in 2 bundles. I just know which ones they are. So I put them next to them and I say, okay, this and the new grapes. I don't know why I'm leading this way. This are the new grapes. Okay, I'm going to take off truma and rasot for all of them from these new grapes. That's what the Bartenura says. If I have similar tevel, I take according to the proportion. That's the easy part. If I have more grapes, then I could just say, I'm taking from these grapes on both this cluster and what's mixed into the exempt grapes. But what if I don't? Ve'im lav. If not, motzi truma utrumat maaser lakol. Then I have to take off truma and truma aser on the whole thing. V'hashar maaser umaaser sheni lefi cheshbon. And the rest is maaser and maaser sheni according to the proportion of the untrumad or the tevel grapes that I mixed in, or tevel zaytim. But the Bartenura explains it's not as simple as we might think. Okay, if not, then I have to take ro'imoto kilu kulo tevel umotzi truma utrumat maaser alakol. I have to take off truma and trumat maaser on the whole thing. But maaser, we said, is only according to proportion. We have a problem because if you recall, trumat maaser is taken off of maaser, and if I only have to take maaser proportionally, then how would I take trumat maaser for the whole thing? So the Bartenura says, okay, it can't mean that you only designate proportionally, i.e., for the small amount of chayav grapes that got mixed in. You have to designate maaser on everything to then take off maaser. If I don't take maaser on everything, I call maaser maaser yesh b'hem chulin lefi cheshbon. Okay, no matter what, let's say the example, there's 5% of non-chayav grapes. So no matter what I take, if I take off a certain amount for trumot and masrot, I'm going to have some that are from the new and some are from the old. And then I'm going to take off trumat maaser from that which is patur, for that which was chayav, which I can't do. Ella, kol masvit latzrich lafish ala kol. So I take off maaser rishon on everything, also maaser sheni. But I only have to give the Levi and the Maaser Ani according to the proportion of the new grapes that got mixed into the Ani's grapes. So this poor Ani has grapes, and he got grapes mixed in. He takes off Truma on the whole thing. Gives Truma, this whole Truma to the Kohen. He takes off Maaser on the whole thing. Takes Trumat Maaser off that Maaser and gives it to the Ani, gives it to the Kohen on the whole thing. But then the Maaser itself, I don't give the Maaser on the whole thing to the Levi. I only give the maaser on the new amount, or on the new cluster of grapes that I mixed in. Okay, v'ashar ma'arevin pirotav. And the rest I mix with my fruits. Okay, v'chein maaser ani eno tzrich el liftor el lefi cheshbon. The same thing is true if it's a maaser ani year. Aval truma utrumat maaser shein b'mita. But truma and maaser, which are b'mita, we're much more machmir, much more strict. Kishemafish alakol. Okay? When I take off on everything, then the chulin is also miduma, has truma, and therefore I have to take sheiten hakol lakohen. We'll stop here. It's a little bit complicated, that piece. So if you have comments or questions, email me at rsporter@gmail.com. I'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a great day.